Hi guys, it's Clarice and welcome to another video tutorial with me. Today we are going to be doing the second part of this painting that I had done from Thursday. So today's Saturday and this is going to be the second part to it. I enhanced it by adding a couple of little details here. And again, we are going to be sticking with our four tips to better loose watercolor, and that is, if you guys watched the first video where we did these camellias, that is texture, color, shape, and white space. So I am going to get another sheet of paper and we are going to be doing a pretty design with these little berries and some leaves, and that's how I would like for you guys to sort of enhance the painting by going back to Thursdays if you still have it, or redo Thursdays and then add some of these little details to it. All right, so let's begin. All right, so I have a small piece, I think it's about like approximately 4 by 6, not quite, Canson watercolor paper. I'm going to be using my Silver Black Velvet 4 and the Princeton number 8, and then for colors, I'm using my St. Petersburg White Nights. We are using the Indigo, Azure, Violet, maybe just a hint, so I'm just keeping it to the side, Emerald, and Mars Brown. So there will be a little bit of mixing happening, but yes, I'll be instructing you guys as I go along. And I have my palette ready. If you guys, many of you have been asking me about my shell palette. If you are interested in getting one of these are by the amazing Lici Arts on Instagram, and her handle is LICIARTZ. So you can definitely check them out there if you're interested in getting one for yourself. They're resin and they're pretty and they're amazing because they have these ridges here. So it works really well. All right, so we are ready to begin. Let's begin. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mix some color. I'm using my number 4 because it'll help me control the size of my little circles. I'm going to mix some of that. This is the Indigo, I believe. Yes, because it's got that like turquoisey sort of look to it. And then I'm going to go ahead and get some of the Azure, which is like which I kind of reference as like a Payne's gray almost, because it has that, it makes for like really nice leaves as well if you use a very light version of it. And that's why I like it. And then I'm just dipping a little bit of water and getting some of the violet in here, just in case I need it. Might help, might not, but we'll have it in here. Maybe the violet will be good for doing our little texture bit after. Let's see. So I have that. I'm going to get some of the emerald and mix that in here. Many of you know I'm not a huge fan of the emerald just because it's so bright, and I like my pinks and oranges already, so adding the emerald to that palette that I normally gravitate to doesn't quite make sense, because then it's your eye is all over the place and there's no balance. All right, so just mixing that color, we're getting like a nice deep green. I'm gonna get a little bit more of that Mars Brown and just kind of really add it in there. There we go. Okay, so I think we're ready, and we're ready to begin. And by begin, I mean actually putting color down. So let's start off by doing the little circles first. So I want to make sure that I have my paper towel handy and I'm dabbing because I don't want too many puddles happening. So I'm going to get the first indigo that I have, and I'm just going to add like one side of this very like rough looking circle. Then I'm going to get a little bit of the indigo and I'm going to do the second half of it, second side of it, and just go like that. And you can see how it gives us a nice blend, like from light to dark. And then just to kind of have If, for instance, if these are berries, let's just add like a little bit of a dot at the top, and you can keep it at a little distance from the top to the bottom, to the base of the, like give it a little bit of white space is what I'm trying to say. Now I'm going to do the next one. And since I have some dark color already on here and we've chosen this side to be darker, I'm just going to add my first stroke this way, and I'm pushing all the color down. And then I'm going to go in and get some of that lighter blue and do the other side. And again, you can see the organic shape I'm creating by leaving white space in there. Then I'm just going to add my little dot at the top. Perfect. Then for my third one, I'm just going to take a little bit of the purple that we have. Excuse me. And then I'm just going to create another circle down here in a very rough manner, and I'm sort of touching the top. And again, I'm trying to leave as much white space as I can. I want the color to kind of flow in. I'm pushing the color down. And then if you feel like it is a little bit too purpley, just add a little bit of that darker hue, or any of the other, well, either of the two blue hues that we've been using. Just kind of add it at the top and the bottom. I'm just adding that as the little bit at the top. So perfect. So this is how we're doing our little berries. Then from here, we're going to mix, we've already mixed some of the green. So I'm just taking very muted version of the green, and I'm just going to add a couple of strokes for leaves. So 1, 2, there we go. We have our leaf, and I'm just adding a tad bit of color to the bottom of the leaf so that it is dark to light. Then getting some more color, I'm going to add another leaf right here. Again, notice the white space I'm leaving in between the two halves of the leaf, and also between the leaf and the berries themselves. So there we go. So we've got our cute little composition happening here, and then you can even add a couple on this side or in the areas where you see that it's still damp. So you can have that nice blending happening for the blue and the green. So that's really pretty and cute. And you can just, in fact, for this one here, maybe just wash off the green and just using water on your brush, or maybe just a tad bit of green, just get a tad bit of it on the tip of your brush and just create another leaf here. And what this does is you're pulling some of the blue. It's a fainter leaf. It kind of gives that impression that it's kind of maybe in the background. Yeah, it's just cute that way. So there we go. We've got this. So this is the whole concept. These are the different shapes. Notice the color, notice the texture, notice the shapes, notice the white space that we have happening here. Now let's kind of create some darker, the longer leaves that I was telling you about. Those don't have to be attached to these little clusters that we're creating. You can have them completely on its own, and it can either be a darker hue or maybe a very lighter hue. So again, we want that difference in forward and backward in terms of having some dark so stand out more, and then some elements light so they are in the background, kind of like what we have here. So let's just see if I do like a couple of leaves over here. And I'm not attaching it to this, but I'm just kind of creating my first stem. And then I'm going to go ahead and create the first leaf. 1, 2. And then I'm not getting more color. I'm just going to get a tad bit more water and just add another leaf here. And then another one right here. And kind of just have it trail off. And you want to push all the color down to the stem of the leaf, and then this way it gives it a little bit of a pop. Perfect. So that's what we're doing. And so literally we can repeat this kind of in different areas throughout the place. So for instance, let's do one here. And this is a great exercise to get your practice in terms of being intentional with your strokes, being mindful of the color, the shapes, placement, everything really when it comes to sitting down to paint, loose style of painting. So we have one here. Let's do one over here on this end. It's going to make it diagonal. I think I need a little bit more color because it's almost done. Well, actually, I'll do it on this side. Yeah, let's do it this way. So it can look like it's coming out from the side, from the edge. And these exercises that I am doing this way for the loose style of painting, the whole intention is that you guys kind of get the hang of how freeing and easy it is to kind of sit down and just do some loose painting. It's therapeutic, it's calming. You kind of just get carried away with the flow. Allow yourself to do that and just relax instead of tensing up in terms of, oh, what am I going to do or what am I going to paint? That is not the whole point of this. So I'm doing another one here because I feel like that's where it should be. If you feel like yours needs to be anywhere else, please go ahead and use your discretion and run with it. So now another thing I can mention about this is that we're giving this a little bit of hierarchy in terms of these are light leaves, but at the same time, they're also quite big in comparison to the berries. And that's okay because something needs to be, just like with the color light and dark, you also need differences in shape sizes so that some stuff stands out more than others. So this is pretty much the whole concept. I don't want to make this video super long by kind of continuing with doing these when you guys can kind of use your own discretion and do it yourselves. So I'm going to end here, but I will say this, if you've enjoyed these videos, please check out the other videos related to this so you can get some more practice in. And also, if you like what I'm putting out, please consider subscribing if you haven't already. I love hearing and seeing your work on Instagram and Facebook, so please do feel free to reach out over there. I respond to your messages. If you have any questions about things I've been using or methods I've been using, please feel free to ask, and I'm happy to help in any way I can. And if you've been looking for any of the items I've been using, they're all listed in the description below. So please feel free to look at that. And if you don't find it, just send me a message and I'll see if I can help you guys out. So thanks again so much for watching, guys. And like I said, send me a work, give this video a like, and we'll chat soon. And by soon, I mean on Sunday for my live on YouTube at 2 p.m. EST. Thanks, guys. Bye.